Hey you guys, it's your girl Chanel. I am back. The Forever Straight podcast. I took a little break, but I am back now. So let's get into it. Oh, I got a new hairstyle. Try the asymmetrical bob. I'm feeling it. So, all right, let's get into it. So, on my advice on tonight's conversation podcast, this is from the episode when they're in Louisville, Kentucky. All right, so let's get into the first question. This is from Lanisha. She says, I say I've been in a relationship where your goodness and kindness. I feel like I read the question wrong. Okay, let me try this again. Say you've been in a relationship where your goodness and innocence was preyed on and mishandled. How do you honor your newfound wisdom without becoming hardened in a future relationship? All right, so I'm going to say, and I think this is actually a really good question, not just for her, but anybody who has been, mishandled in their previous relationship. I'd say the first thing, ultimately, what should be done is you need some time to heal. You need some time to heal, to let go of the pain and the anger that you have gotten from being in this previous relationship. And how you do that is by forgiving the person. Once you forgive the person, you will let go of the anger that you have inside of you for the situation that's happened. And as you're letting go of the anger, it takes time to, heal and let go of anger and pain and resentment that's happened to you. So as you're letting go of the anger and the emotions that has come with you being in that situation, you will harden less and less and less over time. Realistically speaking, if you're just not at the place where you're ready to forgive this person, what you can also do is kind of do it as this person didn't know any better, but let's be real. In all actuality, if you're an adult, you should be working on yourself so you will not project on other people and let other people become a victim to your past traumas. So really, it's like when you know better, you do better. You know that you're causing this problem in the relationship by the way that you're acting, but some people, they don't still do better. So I just categorize them as, if you know better, I'll categorize them as they didn't know better. So, you could look at the situation as, okay, well, they didn't know better, so I'm going to let go of this situation and how the situation that they put me in made me feel. And as you're letting go of the anger from the situation, that is where you're letting go of the hardness over time. And that also comes with emotional detachment. You can also work on emotionally detaching of the situation as well. And that looks like when the situation pops up in your head, and you're going to get upset, you may get angry, but when you get angry, you say something like, well, you know what, I'm going to just breathe through it and just let it go. Don't be angry about it anymore because the situation has passed. I'm not in the situation anymore. And that takes time. So the more you do it, the more you're emotionally detaching from that situation and the pain and the anger that it caused you. You're detaching from it. Healing takes time for sure. So, but the more you're healing from how the situation has made you feel, the more you're less hard, the less, the less you are hardening and hardening. So when you're ready to enter your new relationship, you won't have this hardness from your past about you because you have healed yourself. And a lot of people have been through difficult situations where they were misused and abused, and even myself, I have been in. I had to take the time to heal from the situation, so I wouldn't bring that into my next situation. And it also helps to speak with your new person that you're going to be with, and if they do something to trigger you, let them know that you was in a situation where this happened, and this thing triggers you, and you're working through your triggers, so they will understand you more. So if you have a trigger and you react a certain way, they may be more patient and understanding with you because they know what you have been through. So that's a good idea to communicate with your partner of what you have been through if you feel like it's necessary, or if you have a trigger from something that they do, and then you explain to them what you've been through, so they will be understanding to you. So yes, healing, take some time to heal when you've been in a relationship like that, so you will not be hardened when and you will be open. You will come in this new relationship open for this new person, and give it a fair chance. So yes. All right, so the next question, and I'm going to say this is going to be on YouTube, but it'll be on YouTube by now, so at some point in saying it now. Okay, so the next question is by Toy. She says, let's see, when someone is already fulfilling wifely duties in a relationship, what truly changes when the title of a wife is given? Is it just a label, or does it shift expectation? All right, now I have never been a wife. I will say that, but I'm going to give my advice anyway of what I think should change, and I'm speaking as a person who do want to be a wife one day. So one thing that should change is, let's see, you've taken vows now, for better or for worse, till death do us part. So now it is your expectation to, when you have an issue, to work it out. When you're a boyfriend and girlfriend, you can easily be like, you know what, this is not working, I'm going to leave. But no, when you're in a relationship, you need to take the time to work it out, whether that's therapy, just sitting down, taking the time to talk about the issue. But it needs to be worked out now, and you need to take the time to do that. And you also need to give your person grace and forgiveness, because forgiveness goes a long way in relationships, and it speeds up the, let's say, it speeds up the fixing process. Because ultimately, if there's an issue, you don't want to harp on the issue, you want to figure out how to fix it. So working on staying committed and working on your relationship when there's a problem, and giving your partner grace and forgiveness, and hopefully they're giving you grace and forgiveness too, because nobody's perfect. The next thing I would say is putting your husband first. When you're in a relationship, like even for your partner, like if they have an issue, let's say your cousin calls you, and they're like, cuz I got this problem, like can you come over and help me with this problem? And you're like, all right, yeah, of course, I'm coming over. But then your husband calls you and he's like, oh, well, babe, I got this problem, can you help me fix it? And if you were just a girlfriend, you would probably think, oh, well, I'm gonna go take care of my family first. But as your now husband, your responsibility is to your husband and to put him first. So you have to go and see about your husband first, and let your cousin know that, oh yeah, I got you, but hold on for a second, and go make sure your husband is good. before you make sure your cousin's good, because now this is your first family and now your cousin is secondary family. If that makes sense. They're still your family, your immediate family, but your secondary family because your husband is your first family now. So putting him first is the next thing I would say. And the next thing I would say is respect him as your husband. Your husband is now the head of your family, the head of your household. So what he says matters, what he thinks matters, his opinion matters. So consulting him before you make a decision is important because it affects your life and it affects his. When you're just a girlfriend, your decisions mainly affect your life, but you're not in that position anymore. So it affects him as well. So consulting him, and there's a certain way that you should speak to your husband. You should speak to your husband with respect because he is your husband. He's just not just any guy that you're just talking to now. So you have to show respect by the way you talk to him also. And of course, he should be doing the same thing with you as well. Let's see. The next thing I would say would be to be his support now. When you guys were just boyfriend and girlfriend, if he had an issue, maybe he would go to his mom, he would go to his boys or another family member. But now, he would come to you as his support system, his main support system. So you need to hold a space for him to come to you when he is having an issue. And, listen to him and, if it's necessary, hear him out, give him a hug, be nurturing, or, give him advice, whatever the situation happens. But now it's your responsibility to be that first person for him, as opposed to maybe he will come to you and let you know what's going on. Now you're his wife, he's going to come to you, or he should be coming to you. And if he's not coming to you first, then I think that's an issue of why he feels like he cannot come and talk to you first before he come and talk to anybody, unless the issue is about you. Does that make sense? Why he might want to get some advice first. But even if the issue was you, he should still honestly come to you first to talk to you about it so you can resolve whatever issue that he is having. So that is my tips and that are my questions that I'm answering for today. So I will catch you guys on the next video. If you want some advice, hit me up, hit me in the DM. I will happily answer your question. And I will see you guys next time.